Skylar Dixon would lead the field down for Heat 1 here in the Yucatán state of Mexico. Scott Batista in the 91 would start on his outside, but would get a much better start than Skylar Dixon, and Scott Batista would lead the first lap. As we head on to lap 7, not too much has changed up front. Duncan's into second now. Mark Nutt just overtook Spencer Fullerton for third. Skylar Dixon is nowhere to be seen. He's fallen all the way to the back of the field. Duncan takes a look on Scott Batista off of turn 2. He's got the optimal racing line on the bottom, and he would easily take the lead through turns 3 and 4. Batista's car is very strong though. Just a couple of laps later, crossover move off of turn 4. Batista slides up in front of Duncan off of turn 2. A couple of laps later, Duncan has fallen back as the field's really starting to spread out now a little bit. As Mark Nutt drops to Scott Batista's inside through turn 3, he takes the lead off of turn 4. Here comes Batista back on the inside though. A couple of laps later, once again, the lap times are around 18 seconds at this track during the race. So really, it's only about 30 to 40 seconds later. Alex Allen's worked his way up through the field so far this heat race. He challenges Scott Batista off of turn 4. Into turn 1, Allen tries to slide up a little bit. It looks like he's going to work. It's going to work as Batista falls back to second. We now have a 3-car group battling it out for the lead. Duncan's made his way back up to third. He just passed Batista, and now he slings along the inside of Allen. Although the outside does seem to be the preferred line when you are clear, it seems the side does seem to be pretty strong when you can get a run down there. As Batista moves back up into second, look at that run as he slingshots past Duncan off of 4. Batista pulls away from the field until Trelinsky gets to his inside. Nutt tries to make it 3 wide. Oh, he gets into Trelinsky. Around Trelinsky goes, and that'll be our first caution as Trelinsky gets stuck between the apron and the racetrack. He would need a quick tow, but would lose a lap. Green flag's back out. Batista leads the field back to the green flag. Just 5 laps to go now. Nutt tries to make a move on the outside. I think he might have actually hit the tire wall a little bit there. Look at Duncan coming up, trying to get to Batista's inside. Batista tries to protect Duncan into the lead as Obrovac has made his way up from the back of the field up into first, as I think Batista may have gotten into the wall a little bit there. Obrovac always seems to be in the right place at the right time. He takes over the lead, just 3 or 4 laps to go now. Battling for 5th. Duncan washes up into the wall. He gets into that earth barrier. That collapses his suspension. He comes to a stop on the outside. No caution for this. He would get a tow back to the pits, where he would return to the racetrack, albeit a couple laps down. Meanwhile, the battle up front continues. Luke Walker to the inside of Obrovac. Just a lap and a half to go now. He clears Obrovac by a long shot. He gets passed by Allen, Ophelia Ndumian, and Jeffrey Fingai all in the same corner. Terrible corner for Obrovac. As Ophelia Ndumian, Alex Allen, and Jeffrey Fingai continue to battle for second behind him, Luke Walker is going to come down to the start-finish line to get his second heat win of the year. Very highly fought battle for second as Ndumian holds on for that one. Fingai third, Obrovac fourth, and Dakota Honaker rounds out the top 5. Rather, Alex Allen would finish 5th, Dakota Honaker is 6th. Mike Doan leads the Heat 2 grid to the green flag. Alex Tanker on his outside. Alex gets a pretty decent start, not as good as Batista in Heat 1, though on the outside as Jacob Young is forced 3 wide by Michael Kane, coming up from 5th position, trying to take second already. Alex Tanker forced up very close to that wall. That was awfully close to impacting that wall, coming into 3, as Kane will get around Mike Doan to take the lead on lap 1. Appleseed, though, coming up the inside, as Appleseed looks like he's going to be able to get the position. Kane with no help up there. He runs very wide there, and Appleseed will take over the lead. O'Shea, though, taking a look, he will not be able to do anything for now. On lap 6, O'Shea would finally make his move to the inside of Appleseed. Michael Caine has fallen way back in the field. He's battling a tight race car, it looks like right now, as O'Shea takes over the race lead. The German, Sawyer Girl, up to the inside of James O'Shea, and he goes by into turn 1. A lot more lead changes than he won in this one, as Terrence Day makes his way by Sawyer Girl, Johnny Fingai into second, and Paul Swanson slips by into third as Girl falls back in a hurry. Paul Swanson takes second down into turn 1 and off of 2. He still has that run, dives it in 3, and he's got the lead off of 4. Terrence Day wants that lead back. He takes the 2 Canadians currently battling it out for the lead as Carl Endumian joins this battle. He takes second from Swanson. Carl stays behind Terrence Day in the 55 for a couple of laps. Carl definitely has the faster car. Terrence Day lets him by, but accidentally lets Sawyer Girl by as well. And here comes Michael Caine back, trying to get back into third. Michael Caine, famous for being good at these heats, but then doing absolute crap in the feature. Sawyer Girl drives by Carl Endumian for the race lead. Michael Caine now up into second. James O'Shea's engine blows as he goes by the start-finish line to complete lap 25. Pretty sad that he was only able to make it 10 miles on that motor, but he would go out of the race and bring out a caution, although it's good that he left his car on the inside. After a bit of an extended caution period to clean up the fluids, 8 laps to go now as Girl leads the field back to the green flag. Michael Caine dives, immediately gets up past Sawyer Girl. Sawyer might have spun his tires on that restart or something, because he just did not go. Now Jacob Young challenging for the lead off of turn 4. Young's going to lead that lap. Michael Caine once again falling back in a hurry. That car very poor on the very short runs that we have seen thus far. He's good on that. He's good on the first lap after the restart. Then he drops to the back, and then he charges his way up with a longer green flag run. He's not going to get one though with just 5 laps to go. Paul Swanson drops to the inside of Jacob Young. He's back up to the front for the second time today as he takes the lead through turns 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Ilya Bondarenko runs it wide in turns 1 and 2. Gets into that earth barrier, spins the car out off of the corner, gets a little bit up in the air, tips onto his side, back onto his wheels. His suspension's gone, just like William Duncan. The veteran's really having trouble back outside with turn 1 and 2 on the outside there, as he would lose a few laps. Jacob Young trying to close in on Paul Swanson. It's the final lap now. He's going to have one more shot into 3. Swanson had a decent run off of that corner. Jacob takes a peek through turns 3 and 4. Doesn't look like he's going to get anything done, and off of the final corner, Paul Swanson is going to get the first heat race win of the season for Team Thunder, the last 2-car team to have won something. But Jacob Young comes across the line second, Mike Doan third, Ty Dent fourth, and I believe William Nicholson rounds out the top 5.